Yay, we did it. We made it. Hello everybody, once again I am your lovely neighborhood Samius, joined today by my shoe maker. Hello, Shoe.
Hello.
Alright. So we're back on our multiplayer campaign here as we are, how to say this just the right amount of derogatory.
Woohoo!
We're popping shoes Factorio Cherry all over the place. Is that just the right amount of creepy? We got some multiplayer action going on here relatively soon. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get some mods installed. And then I'm hoping pretty soon Shoe's going to be comfortable enough that we'll be able to host some bigger multiplayer action. The reason I'm having Shoe do this kind of stuff is because I can't seem to get mine to fix. I don't know what I told no where. But something doesn't love me, that's for sure. Oh boy. So, excuse me.
Indeed.
So Shu and I played for like, what, an hour yesterday before Dungeons and A-Holes? And I feel like we had a pretty successful hour. We have some oil set up. Not a ton. Not like infinite, but a little bit. Going. And you set up this copper influx coming in. And it looks like you were starting to set up this this bottom copper.
Yep.
So, and then I tried importing. Yeah, it doesn't look like it worked. I was trying to figure out where I had to put import files to like import blueprints, but it didn't.
We don't have any furnaces in our mall.
They are right below. This mall is pretty simple right now. It is iron and greens. So, but yeah, you have all these, and then realistically, cool. I have a bunch of these that I don't even want. Get rid of that. Oh man.
Why does ginger ale do that to me?
I don't know. It's pretty cray. Alrighty. So let's see. Where was I yesterday? Oh yeah. We I guess I've taken upon myself to figure out power, or not power, oil, to get the oil figured out. Which is going to be a little bit of a challenge because water is a little ways away. That's alright.
We're going to need blue science before long.
Yeah, I working on getting the plastic going so we can make red cards. I mean, all that's dependent on getting...
Let's get some trains in here.
Okay.
Maybe we can, cart in some water or something.
Figure out trains. I mean, I figure I'll just, for now, I'll just store up a big ol' pile of it. So there's some things I dislike about this mall concept that we're kind of using at least a little bit here. And I thought I would talk about it because Shu, I think, is working on a much improved mall in his Factorio world. And I like the idea, especially once you have robots and they'll just deliver things to you. But in this early game, I really prefer like what I'm doing.
It's easier just to grab a bunch of stuff and craft on the spot.
Well, I mean, I'd rather not craft on the spot, but I like how, say like these greens, like I have these little chests close to our walking path. Like say where I have all the solar stuff and electricity poles and stuff like that. Same thing for the furnaces, same thing like what you kind of have for the bullets. Like I like putting that kind of stuff together near the walking path, you know? So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. And maybe it's better to just always do these mall things. It wouldn't surprise me, but I do like the idea of keeping things on the path. Alright, so my thinking is I'm going to set up two... Well, I'll set up one for now. Water pumps, and then eventually I figure we can set up another one and just basically pipe water down to the bottom, down where we're working, with the eventual idea that we can tap that water. Let's see here. Hopefully everyone's able to see what's going on. My Chihuahua is ill. Oh, never mind. You already started the science. She's like old and decrepit and probably is not the longest for this world yet. And I usually don't let dogs in my office, but she's in here today. I'm hoping that she's going to start soaking up some of this milk that's treated with some medicine. Are you going to be using your smeltery design from Death World? Maybe. Depends on how we get. Like, because we're not doing a expensive setting, it may not have to be as massive, but it could be. So I'm not sure how crazy it's going to end up. Is that fair? That seems fair, right, Shu? She was like, "Oh, well, whatever."
Sure.
All right. Where do we want to do sulfuric acid? I'm thinking down here. Alright, so sulfur and petroleum. Oop. And then those... Oh, I only made 3. So, very good at my Factorio job. Sulfur and water. I don't know, part of me really hopes there's a better design for my smelting, but I really like it. The other reason that we'd be inclined not to is that Shu is still not to the point where he's ready for mods yet. So when we get mod capable, we might be able to do that. Because that mod... or that design does want loaders.
There. Our second copper is up. Short furnaces.
I think I'll just tap straight into this.
Next science. Sure, why not? We'll have something going.
I thought you wanted to work on train stuff.
Oh, I gotta switch headsets. This one's already dead.
Alright. I don't know, I wonder if I should start putting together a Google Drive with some of my blueprints in mind. I feel like I'm close to that point. If not there. Oh no, I messed
I
up.
can hear me again.
I can hear you again.
So yeah, I got the basic trains already researched.
Okay. Well, I noticed that some of that had successfully taken off. Let's see, I think we need... If I remember right, this is a 1-for-1. Oh, but we need water.
Talk to you right now.
Water,
So,
iron.
I'm gonna mute you. There we go.
How about instead of lining this stuff up exactly, let's go.
I don't feel like talking to my ex for the next hour.
I mean, how bad can it be, Shu?
Alright, let's see, what are we researching next? How about some automated rail transportation?
There you go.
That way we can have some stoplights. Although I don't know why we really need them for a single train going back and forth, but whatever.
Alright, so we have water. We have sulfur. Why isn't this... Oh, I didn't connect this. Let's get this running. Boop.
Microwaved refrigerated pizza. Good.
I don't know how you eat so much crap and stay that size. You're like,
Wait, what?
blessed by metabolism. I've seen you, Captain Scrawny Pants.
What do you mean, eat that much junk? Pizza's good for you.
Well, man. Grains are the devil. Grains are the devil, my friend.
It's got grains and carbs, it's got fruits and veggies.
That's what I'm saying.
It's got produce on it. It's got, you know,
bad
proteins
carbs.
for meat.
Bad carbs. Those are the bad carbs. Those are what we like to call complex carbs, and them's bad.
But they taste so good.
Is it that tastes good, or is it just let's see.
Yes, it's
Let me
that.
just go like that. Or now, oh, hang on, let me finish my thought here before I get distracted. Or is it just that you're addicted to the sugars?
No. They have no sugar.
There's sugar in everything, especially dough.
I drink my coffee, my iced coffee black. I don't have a sugar.
Launch Peddler says, I can eat whatever I want and however much I want, and I just don't get fat. You know what? I was the same way.
Till I was 25.
Well, I was a little older than that, or younger than that. But yeah.
I was the same way until I was 25. Believe it or not, I've actually put on about 80 pounds.
Holy shit. You were a twig.
Since I was 24, 25. I used to be 6 feet tall and 140 pounds.
Wow.
I am now 5'10" and bouncing back and forth between 180 and 220.
Well, I mean, some of that has to be stress, right? I mean, not to give any spoilers away, because I think most people know, but you got a little extra stress in your life right now.
How could you say such a thing?
I know, I'm terrible.
Why am I not getting any copper over here? Oh, that's why.
All right, so
you and your super light poles.
Man, I just like the bigger light poles. Alright, there we go. I think that should get us sulfuric acid running. So sulfuric acid leads to our component in something important.
We have bigger light poles?
Yes, all the light poles are on the bus in the same box that's holding the solar panels.
Oh, I only thought we had the little ones left up here in the north.
No. There are more light poles. I set it all up so they come in here, and it makes around, depending on the speed of this belt, it makes like around 50.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we had those poles down here.
Yep.
I only knew we had the wooden ones up top. Probably shut that down and move it down over here.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out. At the time, you had that de-barreling for oil or for lubricant right here, and I didn't have a convenient way to put that in. But now we could probably just stick that on the end there and wire it up so we have like 50 or 100 of those other poles. Alright, what's next? I need plastics, right? Where do we want to make plastics, Shu? Do we want to make plastics locally, or do we want to... Probably not, right? Probably don't want to make...
Well...
Oh, you know what? I probably don't have any belts. These faster belts.
We're probably going to need more storage for light oil. Either that or we can just keep dumping it.
Well,
I've noticed that light oil seems to be an issue.
I mean, we're still a ways away. I'm hoping that we'll be able to start cracking relatively quickly into the using oil process. What did I come down here for? Oh yeah, belts.
Well, it's just that the light oil seems to hold their production a lot in my other plant because I don't have any use for it other than flamethrower stuff, and I don't really care about flamethrowers, so...
So when you do advanced oil processing, you can turn light oil into petroleum.
Okay.
And also you're going to need rocket fuel, which is a pretty good use of light oil, turning it into solid fuel. So there are some uses, and we can like I said, we can turn it straight into solid fuel. Oh, I'm gonna have to let my dog out of my office.
Get out, lazy mutt.
Well, I wanted her to drink this milk. You want out?
Drink the milk.
Yeah, she didn't like being locked in my office. See, they're not allowed in my office normally, the dogs. Okay. But I put her in here so she could drink this milk without being interrupted by the other dogs. Because the other dogs are like, well, if she's not going to drink that treat, I'll drink that treat, you know?
Milk is a dog treat?
It is when you're an old, sick dog.
Okay, fair enough.
She is at least 10 years old. Probably older, actually. Probably closer to like, oh, not this one. Not this one. Probably closer to 13. I'm not good with those kind of like dates. Which is pretty old for a Chihuahua.
Date yourself.
Well, I mean, I always have to like figure out how old my son is and then add some years. So that's how I always
because your dog is more important than your son.
No, for me, that's... You said date myself. So for me to figure out how old I am, I always have to do that. Alright, so we put that here.
People ask me how old I am, and the answer doesn't matter. I'm just old.
That's how I feel. I'm just always old. Oh, something didn't get put in the right spot. Is it these? this one? Okay, so this one's wrong. Anyway. It's weird. This got the biggest... Like, we had quite a few people watching us the first time. Wow, this is a real surprise. Wow. Yeah, that's a real shocker. One of my very liberal friends, I just reposted a video of an environmentalist that I really like, named Patrick Moore. And he... Actually, before I get carried away...
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It looks like you have a red logistics line set up for the power poles and stuff.
Yes.
How does all that work?
Okay. Give me just a second.
See if we can get night vision. I like night vision.
Yeah, it's important when you don't run a light mod. Let me grab, let me start some engines running. Just freestanding engines, and we can talk about it. Alright, so do you have some red wire?
Nope, not yet.
Alright, well, make yourself some red wire. It's in the logistics tab towards the bottom next to lights.
Okay, I got 5 of them.
Okay, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to set this light down, then click the red wire from that light that I just put down to the pole. Okay, and I'm going to do the one right next to it. Alright, so you click the light with the wire, and then you click the pole with the wire.
Okay.
Actually, we don't need that right now. Okay, perfect. That'll work. So now if you click on the lamp, or put your mouse on the light pole, you'll notice how it's going to have red signals of values, right? So like if you were to tell it to go solar panels greater than, say, 50, you'll notice that your light will turn on.
Okay.
So you did regular power poles greater than 50, so it turns on. So you'll basically do that same thing to the inserter. That'll put it on the belt, except you're going to want to be less than or equal to whatever the number is. So like if you wanted to, you could copy this logic for one of these two and just paste it onto this and then change it to the other power pole.
So run from the inserter, power pole.
Yep.
And then click on the inserter and say regular light poles greater than or equal to... Oh, no.
If you do greater than, then it'll work.
I want less than or equal to.
There you go. There you go, perfect. So now if I run down here and I grab... I guess I already have a bunch. I grab another stack, right? So now there's less than that, and it's going to start working. But then I'm going to take and put some of these back, because I don't need all these power poles. It'll turn back off, and then these will go all the way down there and get stuck in there. So we have a little bit of like a buffer lag, basically based off of how quick this belt moves. So if we wanted this to be more accurate, we'd make this the fastest belt we can get away with, which right now is just red. But the faster we made this belt, the less extra we would end up making. And that's
kind of like that idea, actually. Set a light there and a light there. Have it turned on so that it only turns on the light when it's actually working.
You can also set it, I think, to change... No, maybe not. I thought you could wire it up so the lights would change color when it's working, but... you can do a lot of stuff that way. Alright, I need some steel. Steel apparently is a little... goobered. What is going on with steel? Why is only one half of the steel working? And only the back half at that.
Color signal has value greater than 0. The lamp will show that color.
So there's a bunch of logic in there that you can do. Alright, I'm going to grab some of this extra. Put that in there. And then I want to...
solar power.
I'm going to set a... I went through all this to make pumps. There we go. Actually, I think we can get away with just one tank. We're going to put a pump in line here. We're going to tell this pump to run when... there it is. When the contents of this tank is less than, what do we got? We got 17, so we're going to call it 10,000 for right now.
So now you've got, for the solar panels, you've got 2 different inserters at 100 each. Does that mean that it will run until there's 200 in the box?
Nope.
It's not cumulative?
Yes. It's going to check against the value in the box. So when the value in the box is 100, it'll stop. And you'll notice that since I didn't wire them up on the inputs, which is what I would normally do, I wired them up on the outputs. That means there's going to be a couple sitting in the machine ready to offload. So normally I would have done it the other way around and wired them up on the inputs so they would not take extra, but we have so much... or at least one input, but I mean I didn't feel like we are having any kind of supply shortages, so I didn't feel like it was a big deal. When we start having supply shortages on stuff, then I'd wire it up on the input, but right now it seems fine. Alright, I was working on getting plastic running. Let's not get distracted again. So where do I want to put plastic? I also want to put this on the bus real quick too. So I'm going to wire up sulfuric acid to the bus.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in the second... fluid line, which means I'm actually going to take these out. Oh, no, what'd I do? Apparently I can't line things up today. That's what I can't do. plastic. Plastic I'm going to put on this last line of this new section. So I think I'm going to put plastic actually... Let's see if I do... Just pretend here. I go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I could put plastic here, but it's really messy. I could put plastic over here. Also messy. I put plastic down here. It's probably the best place for it. But that means we'd have to bust petroleum. Well, we wouldn't have to bust petroleum, but... Man, can I make some grenades? I can. So slow. Didn't want them all. Okay, got a few grenades. Goodbye, trees. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Okay. Alright, so I wanted to do plastic right here. Normally I do 4 plastics. I found that 4 seems to work reasonably well. Alright.
I don't have any accumulators yet. We
No,
don't have
'cause
batteries
we don't
because
have
you're still
batteries.
working on it.
Well, we have what we need now, I believe. That's the reason I was setting up sulfuric acid, right? So batteries are sulfuric acid and iron and copper plate. So if you would like to make batteries, everything you need should be on the bus. And then you can just pick one of these 3 lines over here, or 4 lines, to become batteries. So I'm going to use this line closest to me as plastic. Alright, so now you just need coal.
Supposed to be in there.
which I will take off of the bus. Oh, that's too high. Bloop. Alright, so that should get plastic running. Which, the way I have it set up, I kind of want to move the petroleum tank down here now. So I think I'll do that. So I can evenly split the petroleum. Let's see, so can I... Is there a nice spot where I can line these both up? There is. So this should be in line. Here and in line here. So I can put 2 pumps down. Give me another pump. Which means I need to move this down to here. Which I think we'll just do like this. And put petroleum right here. And then we will hook this to here, and to there, as well as this to here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick like an arbitrary number, say like 100 propane. So whenever this is greater than 100 propane, it can turn on. And the same thing for this one. Okay, so they're both waiting for 100 propane. And then we'll also disconnect this propane here. And these are going slow because we just don't have that much raw oil right now. So these are going to turn on when that is a true statement. And then this won't let these run if there's not less than that. So we kind of have a double check on this guy, on this tank right here, which I think is also pretty good. Why does this tank say there's only... Okay, that's correct. Must have turned on for a second. Poosh.
Two batteries should be enough. No. Making accumulators. To make accumulators, I need batteries and steel.
Okay.
Accumulators. Then.
So we're going to need a ton more oil
Battery.
here.
Battery. Battery.
There's a patch up there. There's a couple of patches up here. Nothing like ridiculous though. Alright, so we need to start putting together red inserters now. Or, yeah, a few red circuits.
Oh, okay.
Which are
That's why.
plastic bars, plastic and greens.
Do we have a plant making chemical processing plants? No.
No, I've just been building those in my pocket. They only take 5 seconds, and there's not that much. But it could probably go somewhere. Okay, so these are reds. We need 4, 2, and 2. Let's actually shift this down. And then let's go. Actually, let's take all this out. Okay. And let's get a copper in and a copper in. Okay. All right, now if we're gonna have red belts for the bus, we're gonna want red splitters.
Yeah, I was working on slowly upgrading them as they were available. I like the idea of them being red.
That's fine.
And then, if we need to improve condensing them, I learned ways of doing that. So.
Condensing.
Yep. So where the inserters where the inserters are putting things on the line, if you put a blue belt in right where the inserter is, it'll make it so that the inserter will always insert.
Okay. So what you?
If there's a gap there.
All right. So compression. I gotcha. You're talking about compression, and yes, if you put an underground belt, it doesn't have to be blue. It could just be any underground belt. The thing is that it'll compress just fine to a certain point, and then you need those. And it's usually like the last couple. But yeah, okay. I got what you mean. Okay.
I need to move my batteries down one tile.
Alright, if I were to grab this from there.
So this new logistics tab in the inventory, how does that work exactly? I'm guessing I can drag stuff from my inventory to the one that looks like a trash can, and if I have robots and a body armor that has a personal robot part, it will take them to a logistics chest. But how do I request things from them?
So if you click on the ones that had the top ones, you can select something, and then logistics robots will bring it to you if you are in the logistics network. Right?
Yep.
So if we built a RoboPort, which we'll be able to make one relatively soon here once I kind of get this red set up, it'll be pretty easy to explain. So let me just get this running real fast, the reds, and then we can talk about it.
All right.
And then I can explain it. Right now I'm trying to figure out what the best way is and where is going to be the best place to put these. That also comes back to the belt. So I'm thinking is what I can do. So I'll just build a mixed belt or mixed line right here of plastic and greens. So we'll haul these greens down. And we'll haul these plastics down. Alright. We're going here, so these are the first things in here. So if that went like so, and then this is the last one, right? Yep, this is the last one. So if I went, I'm just going to use yellow, I think, at this point. Go ahead and drag this all the way down to. Alright. So that should be all of our, everything we need to make reds. So if we do reds on this side only, we could get away with a fast inserter and 2 longs. Yeah. I don't actually know if we need 2 longs, to be fair. Because of crafting time. What is the crafting times on a red? So to make a red, it's 6 at 75. So basically, get my calculator out. Or multiply. What shoe time? Shoe is when we're playing with Shoemaker here. Shoemaker, say hello.
Hello, Shoemaker.
Yay. So this is going to take almost 11 seconds to craft. That should be plenty. Shoemaker is still a little Factorio shy, although I think he's getting his confidence built up relatively quickly. What do you think, Shu?
Getting there.
I'm a fan of this game too. I like it. Alright, what was I came to get rid of something. What did I come to get? Oh, I came to get blue inserters. That's what I wanted. She was trying to take care of accumulators, right?
Yep.
And accumulators so you can dump them right into the accumulator crafting area for.
Okay. The only thing I need to finish hooking up is the sulfuric acid.
So this is
That
blue.
I need more plumbing. Always need more plumbing. Once I get the plumbing in place, I'll be all set to hook up the power.
I can tell I'd be really bad at it. I would probably disagree with you. I don't really think it takes that much to be good at Factorio.
It does. It really does.
Just some patience.
Just some sarcasm.
Yeah, I mean, some of that.
The Kansas City airport, it's in Missouri, right?
Probably.
I was trying to find it's a hotel near the airport. I thought I found one, but then it says near the KCI
Boom.
airport. It's not KCI, it's MCI. So that's why I'm confused. There's not like one in Kansas and one in Missouri. I'm really confused about whether I have the right area for a hotel or not. It's the days in at the
Turret
airport.
is engaged with the enemy.
Are you talking to somebody? Streaming?
Yeah, we're streaming. Shoes on.
Oh, I gotta cut the stream short.
Kansas
Didn't
City
realize.
International Airport.
4 o'clock.
See, it's MCI, not KCI. Why does that keep saying KCI?
Time for me to head over to Union Monday for a couple hours.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it's gotta, this just says Kansas City, but that's got to be the one, right?
Probably. Well, if you have to take off, I guess we'll wrap this one up here. I didn't realize that we were going to be running up against the clock on your side as well as my side. I figured we'd be able to go until about 4 o'clock my time. Then I go to the gym. I'll be with you in a second. So, I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Thanks, Shu. Maybe we can play more tomorrow. I know Tuesday you said you were more open than today.
Yep.
So maybe we can continue on this some tomorrow.
I'll also be available later tonight, so.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go start my arena stuff actually tonight. So I don't know how available I'll be, but hopefully I'll be somewhere around. So I don't know. I'll reach out like I have been. For those of you who are jumping in on my stream, thank you very much. Sorry we're going to pull this short, but Technical is hosting this, and I don't want to get too far away from Technical because I want to try keeping him advancing and moving in Factorio because I can take advantage of him down the road. So, thanks, Technical, and we'll be back before you know it. Peace.
Have a great night.